Hi, I'm John Munoz, and welcome back to the Business Networking Channel, hosted by the Hispano Chamber of Commerce. Again, with me in studio is Toby Rude.
Hey, John, you gonna have a mask for Halloween, or what are you gonna be doing?
I'm gonna be wearing a Toby Rude mask. I'm gonna scare the kids.
Go get some candy.
Once I run out of candy, I'm gonna say it's Toby Rude.
I think the fall is such a great time. I really love it. The weather's changing. Las Cruces is such a beautiful place to be, and you know, we've been fortunate that we don't have the severe weather that other parts of the state or some of the countries have. But this is also a time when people who don't have, or people that need something, and it moves us into the holiday season.
Right.
And as we get into the holiday season, it's that feeling of giving and charitable works, and really the spirit of the holidays comes into play. And I think this is such a timely conversation with community action and faith, because this is also a time when faith-based organizations come together to look out for those that have not had or have gone through some challenges and really need to have an additional support. And so that is the way the backdrop happens in the holidays. So for this faith-based organization to come together and kind of step it up and say, all right, we are going to continue on those missions of helping those who don't have, and the needy, and the things that we really want to support. But we're also going to step it up, and we're going to talk about social issues of education, social issues regarding the foreclosure and some of the things that financially people are just having struggles with, the social education about workforce and how we can develop it through workforce solutions and some of the other state-funded programs that are maybe accessible, but maybe only accessible through certain times of the week or certain days of the day. And then also the healthcare issues. So I like that it's the holiday season, and I like that it's going on, but I really like Cafe because they're talking about the next level of supporting our maybe low to middle class or at-risk type of rural communities. And we have in the studio today a product of one of those communities. Anthony's a small community. Alejandra, you've come to New Mexico State University. You're driven. You said you're a really good student. You found this nonprofit to do your volunteer work. Tell us how your community has really influenced you and some of the support you've had from your faith-based church.
Well, my personal story is we come from a really low-income city, and when you're in high school, sometimes you just don't find that support from your teachers or from your friends. And like, my personal challenge was, I don't think I'm going to graduate, and that's a problem that a lot of people have in Anthony. Like, we have a really high dropout rate, and if it wasn't for my church and my family, I don't know what it would have been of me, but I was able to graduate. And since we're low income, I didn't think I had the opportunity to go to college. But it wasn't until my senior year where I found out that there's grants out there, and there's a lottery scholarship, and not a lot of students know that paying for college is really easy at the end. I thought I had to pay a fortune for college. Right now, I'm paying nothing out of my pocket because of my grants and my lottery scholarship. And working with Cafe allows me to push for those education hopes, to tell them like, hey, you can graduate. Don't be like me where I didn't know anything. Let me tell you how college is. And I mean, it really helps out.
That's a great story. That is a wonderful story. I mean, and that's why, you know, initiatives like this and some of the things that we do with the Hispano Chamber, like the education recognition program, these are the people that you touch one person at a time. You know, Alejandra Pulido is out there involved with Cafe. She's involved with the church, her community. You know, in the future, we'll see what medical discoveries you make, or maybe you're the governor of the state when Toby's in the corner with his little cane and it's June and he has his little blankie on, you know, taking care of us, you know. But see, that's why there is hope for the future, you know. And that's a great story, Alejandra. And you know, it's not just education, but it's also mentorship. You know, taking that a step further, because you know, sometimes it's really easy from a business perspective to say, oh, fix this, fix that. You know, we can't get good employees. I mean, I appreciate the employees I have at Sitel. I have wonderful employees, but I do hear that from, you know, from time to time. It's like, where do I get? Where's my workforce, you know, out there?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to really downplay this at all. CAFE is a nonprofit organization. It's based here in Las Cruces. We have a great executive director, Sarah Nolan, who right now is in Santa Fe working with some of her legislatures to help support these initiatives that she's doing. And we're trying to bring to the front of November 3rd, the faith-based organization where our leaderships in our churches are coming together and asking the lay people of our community to come together in a forum at the Immaculate Heart of Mary to talk about serious social issues that I think are important, that we all think are important, and to help build, I think, consensus across the board. Not only are we faith-based in our religion, I think I read an article the other day where 95% of the United States population are Christian or some type of denomination of faith. And I think that's only gives more power to CAFE and its mission statement.
Right.
But then we brought on the set a young leader who has taken this opportunity to be a part of an organization and share her story with us. And one of the pieces that I really want you to get across to our members is, tell us about the support you got within your congregation. What were those old gray hair, blue hair people telling you through your experience?
Well, they were telling me, we're so fond that you are just so young and helping us out. I mean, it's really great to see people your age helping us out, because it's usually us, the gray-haired people, the retirees. And I mean, that really pumps you up and you're like, wow, I am making a difference. And it really helps for the youth to give their opinion, because I mean, we all have different mentalities. When we're older, we're thinking about different things compared to the youth. We're thinking about greater opportunities. So.
And you never know what impact that makes. You know, I remember when I got here to Las Cruces, some youngster from Texas. You know, I left Texas with empty pockets and a fistful of dreams.
I think I heard that.
And then you know, I met Toby Ruger. He took me under his wing, and I've been just trying to grow up to be just like him.
Yeah.
But you know, one of the things about CAFE, you know, and we like to joke, but it's very, very serious. You know, obviously, we want the community to support this. We want people to come out. We've been scrolling the website, contact information on our screens. So if you're interested in helping and volunteering and donating, please contact Sarah.
Yeah.
And I think this is, again, I go back to the history of this and how good this feels. You know, some of the detractors of organized religion say, you know, that they tend to be exclusive organizations versus inclusive. But when you think about, you know, this event where, you know, regardless of your denomination,
that's right.
You know, there
this
are
is community-based.
There are some values that connect all these people of different faiths, and I think they're going to converge to educate, to mentor, and some good things I think will come out of this. So we're excited about CAFE and what future that, you know, what that holds for us in the future. The other thing that's exciting, again, with Sarah's leadership, is also that Peter E. Barbo, one of our own, has taken a position with CAFE, and so we're anxious to see what, you know, he's going to do with that group and for that group, and how we can partner together with the Hispano Chamber and promote some of the good things that are going to come from this group. And
we would be remiss if we didn't give an opportunity to shout out that the leadership of the CAFE organization is a there's 5 members of the board, and I think if you're interested in finding more how you can be a part of this and want to either help from a financial position, a leadership role, you know, I'm sure that Alejandra can take you underneath her wing and explain to you what she did in her church, and you can come out and do it in your church and visit with them, right?
Right.
So tell us how that works.
If you're a newcomer, I mean, you will be very welcomed. We will always be training you, always be confident about yourself, and I mean, you will find self-interest all the time. There's always a topic that always affects ourselves, and that's what will strive for you to like keep working. So I mean, me and Sarah and everybody else will take you under our wing. And I mean, you will be a success.
And as you know, ladies and gentlemen, we here at the Business Networking Channel, we want to be very thankful of our partners. But when we bring these type of leadership opportunities to your front doorstep, we ask that you roll up your sleeves and you step out and you get off the couch and you make an effort. And again, it could be cafe, it could be other things, but this November 3rd is probably a good time to walk on and check this out and see what's going on. And again, John, you made a good point. We have a lot of Christian leaders in this community. We've had a few of them on our show.
We have.
And there's a lot of interest in the community. Not only if you're wealthy or if you're in the low end of the financial spectrum, these topics are across the board. And I tell you, when you can get together and have this discussion, and who knows what can come out of this.
Who knows, who knows. Well, we've been talking with Alejandra Pulido from Cafe. What an outstanding story. This young lady did not know if she was going to graduate. She didn't know if she was going to go to college. Now she's about to graduate college. And so we are so impressed with her. We hope you support people like her, students like her, in this event coming up with Cafe on November 3rd. So on behalf of the Business Networking Channel, we wanted to thank you for watching. We will see you next week.